So I think I got everything I need up here. There's an action Discord. No.
Cruz is sleeping.
Yeah, Cruz is definitely sleeping. Wake up, Cruz.
Proper sitting form.
I need that. When I sit like kind of weird, I look fat.
Let's see.
I know I'm fat, but
I'm just sitting on one.
when I sit like kind of weird, I look fat. Yep, exactly. I know I'm fat, but where's that audio coming from? The Discord?
That's from YouTube.
Exactly. I know I'm fat. Where you in the mic at? Where's that audio coming? Right there? Okay. It should be good, right? Oh, yeah, so put it right there, because where you in the mic at? Yeah, because I can
Probably getting some back feed.
So rock and roll.
And share this on social media.
Marcus Talbert. That's the bad thing about the stream being all the way over there. Can't really. Or can you pull up the stream, just turn off the audio and look at the chat?
Yeah, that's what.
Okay. Marcus Talbert sent us something.
What's up, y'all? What's up, Brink?
What up? What up?
I'll just bring you the special shout out.
He knows me. I don't about Joe.
Brink Mark. Let's see.
He's mad that Elijah won too.
Hey,
He's a mark or what?
Yeah, oh yeah.
if you're not down with Elijah winning at Marcus, I got 2 words for you.
Okay.
Second.
Oh,
There's no payoff.
Okay. No payoff. No payoff. That's the 2 words.
You just have to guess the 2 words.
Yeah, the crowd said it. All right, we are shared on social media.
You turned us on in the
cornered Elijah.
classic.
Listen here.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we've been recording the whole time here. Yeah. All right.
We're gonna stop cursing now.
Not yet. You can still get it out while you can.
Yeah.
Get it out while you can.
All right.
You gotta stop cursing when Ryan says, "And welcome." That's when you gotta stop cursing.
Hey, Brent, give me a little countdown there.
3, 2, 1.
Wait, is that how you're gonna talk?
Probably. Well, about in this range here somewhere. Somewhere along these lines.
Okay. Give me a little something, Patrick.
Mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check. 3 2 1 6 7 8 9.
Count like Liam.
69.
1 2 8 4. Here I come.
Check. Check. This mic right here. Check. Okay. So we're good to go?
I'm ready to rock and roll, bruh.
All right, here we go. Let me get my laptop. All right. 3 2 1. And welcome to episode 30 of the Average Marks podcast. Patrick, how you doing?
Doing good, man. We hit episode number 30, man. It's starting to fly by very quickly, but looking forward to today's show. We got Brink in the studio with us. We got a lot to talk about with New Japan, NXT, WWE, also a little 205 Live. So we're going to kind of cover most of the bases here in pro wrestling. We also have an interview coming up. I'm about to go over the rundown here for June 3rd, the Average Marks episode 30. The best of the Super Juniors wrapping up. We have a Block A and Block B winner. We will go over that. Look ahead to the best of the Super Juniors. I guess you can call it the championship match of the Super Juniors. Finals. Also, next week is Dominion. So this will be our last show before Dominion. So we will definitely talk Dominion, give a little preview of that. Also talk a little NXT TakeOver Chicago. Ricochet and Velveteen Dream made official. A lot of people talking about that match, as well as some other matches that are going to be happening in NXT TakeOver Chicago. Also, talk a little bit about the Buddy Murphy-Cedric Alexander match earlier this week. That was a really good match. We're also going to update the Money in the Bank match card, as all the Money in the Bank contract matches are pretty much set in stone for the most part. We'll talk about that. Also, we have some rumor mill stuff, possible new Raw TV deal coming up. Also, Booker T comments on CM Punk's future in pro wrestling. Also, the Daniel Bryan contract situation. Then we'll go to Cheap Heat. A video was put out by Sami Callihan. We'll talk about that. Also, we've been talking about it for the past couple of days. We're going to walk with Elias. Ryan sat down with Elias a couple of days ago, and he talked to him. So got a cool little interview with Elias. We'll play that for you guys coming up towards the end of the show. And also a poll about Finn Balor. An interesting poll we put up there. We'll give you the results of that poll coming up in the Average Marks episode 30.
That's right. You can find us on the internet at theaveragemarks.com. Anywhere you consume podcasts, we're probably there. Just search us, Average Marks. But especially if you're on iTunes, this is what we need from you. If you download our podcast on iTunes, please leave a ranking, or I don't know why I call it a ranking. Oh, what's the word that I should look for here?
A rating?
A rating, yes. Please rate our podcast every time you listen to it, as well as leave a comment. That will put us in their algorithm and get us suggested to other iTunes users. That would help us out a lot. Also, follow us on Twitter at @TheAverageMarks.
All right, so let's dive into our first topic here. The best of the Super Juniors, both Block A and Block B, wrapped up earlier this morning. Let me give you the results of the last day of the preliminaries. ACH defeated Tiger Mask. Both of those guys have 6 points in Block A. Kanemaru defeated Bushi. Both of those guys also have 6 points in Block A. Block B match, Taguchi defeated Chris Sabin. Both guys also have 6 points. Block B matchup, El Desperado defeated Dragon Lee. Block A matchup, Will Ospreay defeated Flip Gordon. Will Ospreay got 10 points. He's towards the top. We'll get into that in just a second. Ishimori defeated Yo. Ishimori also has 10 points in Block A. Then Block B matchup, Sho defeated Marty Scurll. Kind of a blow there for Marty Scurll. He had a chance to win Block B there, but Sho defeated him earlier this morning. And then the final match, Takahashi defeated Kushida. So now with that being said, the final standings, Block A, Ishimori and Will Ospreay both tied at 10. And, of course, Brink pointed it out to us earlier before we went on the air. Back at night one, Ishimori defeated Will Ospreay one-on-one. So, therefore, the tiebreaker goes to Ishimori. He wins Block A. No tiebreaker for Block B as Takahashi takes it all by himself with 10 points. And then Kushida and Marty Scurll. Like I said, Marty Scurll, that last match against, I think it was Sho, I just said, lost that match. So, Marty Scurll's out of the running there. So, Ishimori, Takahashi for the best of the Super Junior. I guess it's called like a championship.
Yeah, it's the best of the Super Juniors.
So the best of the Super Juniors, that'll be tomorrow morning.
It's the equivalent of what WWE would do with King of the Ring.
Yeah.
It's the same.
So those two guys will battle it out tomorrow. And I tell you what, I haven't been able to watch any of the matches, but I know Cruz, he's been ranting raving on how good these matches have been. I mean, you got guys like Ospreay, Flip Gordon, Dragon Lee, Marty Scurll, Kushida, Takahashi, and Ishimori. All these guys put on these great matches. And, you know, one of them, there's been a lot of talk, obviously, because Ospreay is the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion. Yep. Will the winner of the Super Juniors challenge him? Ishimori, you know, already defeated him in the Super Juniors.
And that's the
so he doesn't have to. You said he doesn't even have to win the Super Juniors. He can go up out there and say, "Hey, look, I just beat you, so give me a title shot."
Well, the winner of the tournament is going to get a title shot, just like the winner of the G1 Climax gets a title shot.
Yeah.
And Ishimori beat Ospreay already. That's why I think Takahashi's going to win the Super Juniors. Takahashi's really good. He's a multiple-time IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion. Mm-hmm. He's beaten Kushida. He's beaten a lot of guys. He's really good. The one thing he hasn't done in the junior division is win Best of Super Junior, which I think he's going to do now since Ishimori. I know Ishimori's just coming back from excursion, and they want to put him over. He beat Ospreay his first night. He's over.
Oh yeah.
He's part of Bullet Club. He's over. I think Takahashi wins. I think Takahashi, whenever he fights Ospreay, is going to lose to Ospreay. And then Ishimori's going to come out, challenge Ospreay versus Ishimori, and then I think that's where Ishimori's going to get the title.
So now does the winner of the Super Juniors, they get the title shot at Dominion next week?
I'm not sure if it's going to be at Dominion or maybe the next one. The Dominion card's not fully updated yet, and I think probably more of that's because that IWGP Junior title match will probably be on the card. They don't want to give away any spoilers. So.
Yeah, because there was some videos that came out earlier this week that I saw. Ospreay, he had challenged Rey Mysterio back at Strong Style Evolved, challenged him again a couple of nights ago after one of his matches because Rey Mysterio Jr. expected to be in action at Dominion. We still do not know, less than a week away, who his opponent will be. There's speculation it could be Ospreay. You know, we've thrown the name Jushin Thunder Liger out there. I remember Cruz last week was saying maybe that's the reason he was not in the Super Juniors, because I think Liger has actually won the Super Juniors multiple times as well. And you think a guy like that would be in the
Liger's
Super Juniors.
one of the best junior heavyweights of all time.
Mm-hmm. So, and I'm hoping, me personally, I'm hoping Mysterio and Jushin Thunder Liger.
I am too.
Because I went back and watched the match they had, I think, in WCW back in the 90s. What a match that was. That was awesome.
It was. I went back. Did we watch it together?
No, we didn't watch it together.
It was, oh, gosh, so Cruz then. Because me and Cruz went back and watched that match. It was kind of weird because Liger has always been, like, the face.
Yeah.
Like, he was working heel in that match.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I know it was against Mysterio, was a WCW guy in WCW. Liger worked heel for most of that match.
Mm-hmm.
But a damn good match nonetheless.
Oh, yeah, it was a very good match. It definitely, I know New Japan's been around for a long time, but at that time, that match, you know, it looked very similar to a New Japan match of today. So it was a really good match. That's why I'm looking forward to the rematches. Both of these guys obviously been around a long time, but both of these guys
now they got that
experience.
Still go. Yeah, they can still go. Now they got the experience wrestling all over the world. I hope it's Liger.
Now, like I said, we know for sure Rey Mysterio is wrestling at Dominion. We just don't know who yet. And, you know, like I said, Ospreay's called him out. You know, he was supposed to fight Liger back at Strong Style Evolved. Didn't happen because of Mysterio's injury. So I think those are the two guys right now. But then, you know, we don't know the situation. If Ishimori, you know, he's already beaten Ospreay, and then let's say he does beat Takahashi, then he's like, I beat you, I won the Super Juniors. I mean, he has the best case of anybody to fight Ospreay. So then
they can wait on Ishimori. Mm-hmm. It's basically because they can do Takahashi Ospreay. They can have Ospreay finally wrestle Mysterio whenever. I mean, they don't have to go to Ishimori right away.
Yeah,
they can still build up Ospreay and build up Ospreay and build up Ospreay, not to Okada level, but similar to it in the juniors. And then have Ishimori beat him, and then they're like, oh man, Ishimori just beat like the top junior heavyweight in the entire world.
Absolutely. But that's tomorrow morning. The finals of the best of the Super Juniors. Ishimori, Takahashi. That'll be.
It's gonna be physical.
Yeah, it's gonna be a great match.
Really physical.
Bullet
Club versus LIJ.
Have to get with you, get your New Japan World credentials. Might check that match out. I've been trying to follow. I've been watching some highlights too. I watched a couple of highlights because they do put the highlights up on YouTube. So
if you want to, and honestly, my best advice, if you want to keep up on the storyline aspect of New Japan, on New Japan World and on YouTube, their little press conference style interviews they do after every match. Yeah, they're on YouTube on their channel. Check them out.
That's where I saw. And I was watching some of them. That's where I saw.
Subscribe to them because that's a channel you need to be.
Yeah, because that's where I saw Will Ospreay challenge Rey Mysterio. So now let's move a little bit forward now. Obviously, the best of the Super Junior finals are tomorrow, but then less than a week away from Dominion, which right now it's looking like it could be the show of the year thus far. It could be better than Wrestle Kingdom with that card lineup they have.
What New Japan is doing with Dominion the past couple of years, it's making it one of the big shows. Like WWE has the big four, Rumble, Mania, Survivor Series, SummerSlam. They're making Dominion into one of the big shows because they had Kenny Omega Okada last year for the IWGP title. That was the 60-minute draw, and they're about to do it again. So,
well, there should be no draw here. 2 out of 3 falls, no time limits. We're gonna get a winner, and I can't wait to see how they do this. Of course, you have Okada and Omega. A 2 out of 3 falls IWGP Heavyweight Championship match. Also, you got Chris Jericho and Naito for the Intercontinental Championship. You have the Young Bucks, I think, challenging for first time they challenged for the
heavyweight
tag team championship. They're going up against Evil and Sonata, and you have the never openweight championship, Elgin, Taichi, and Goto, and then of course Rey Mysterio set for action. Then they'll probably throw some 8-man, 10-man tag team matches in there, which those are always fun to watch with all the guys going around. So really looking forward to this. You know, obviously the talk is all about Omega and Okada, the 3 great matches they put on last year. You got Okada's 700-plus day title reign, which at this point he's, you know, I don't even know how many more title reigns you could pass. Of course, you have the Bruno Sammartino's, but if we were talking the last, I don't know, 20, 30 years, I don't think there's anybody else really for him left to pass up. Maybe 1 or 2 people in all of pro wrestling, not just WWE, not just, you know, WCW, Impact, in New Japan, whatever. I mean, anywhere in pro wrestling on the planet. But, you know, I've been saying it, you know, if Kenny doesn't win this match, who's gonna knock off Okada? Because if Kenny's not gonna knock him off, I don't see you should. I mean, if Okada's gonna beat Kenny in this epic, basically they're making it seem like it's gonna be the grand finale of this rivalry. And if Okada wins, then like who's gonna knock him off?
I don't see any way possible Okada wins match.
That's what I'm thinking.
I don't. Like it's Omega's time, and you said you'd seen somebody on Reddit earlier that said this is the first time Okada is going to wrestle Omega in the long pants.
Yes.
That's going to be his downfall. Mm-hmm. His only weakness is his pants.
Yeah. Ryan, what you think, man?
Okada.
Yeah. Me and Brink's been going back and forth here. Ryan's been been going back and forth with Marcus on our YouTube stream here.
Shout out to Marcus. He said he already gave us 5 stars on iTunes.
Awesome. Thanks, Marcus. We appreciate it. But Ryan, man, Okada, Kenny Omega, we're just 6 days away from it.
Let me talk about something I do know. We're streaming live on YouTube right now. I just made Marcus a moderator.
There we go.
I'm moving on. Okay, no, but let me tell you this. The Texas Lion, Houston Carson, he held the Full Throttle Wrestling Heavyweight Championship for about 3 years.
So Okada still got work to do.
Yeah, Okada Okada has something to fight for here. You know, you think 700+ days is impressive, but what Ryan just said, that's about 900, almost 1,000 days right there.
Texas Lion, Houston Carson, check them out. College Station, surrounding areas, Lion Pride Sports.
So who wins?
What?
Okada or?
Oh yeah, I'm with you, Brink. It's Omega. It's got to be.
Yeah, I think it's got to be Omega. Of course, if Okada wins, I don't think anybody's gonna be upset because Okada's. Now I do know. Speaking of Okada, mentioning anybody that has Access TV, I think they're doing like a late night block. I don't know if it's every night. But between May 3rd and June 14th, they're showing all of Okada's title defenses on Access TV.
Oh, I would strongly recommend that too.
Yeah,
Marcus, the other day you asked me about, you told me sell you on New Japan, and I mentioned one match. I said Okada versus Shibata. That match will be on there, 100%. Watch it.
So I don't know. I don't have I guess I could have pulled up the schedule, but from May it started on May 30th a couple of days ago. It's going through June 14th. There's a late night block. So if you have Access TV,
I have it. I'll record it for you. You can
go look on your guides. Go check it out. I'm sure you'll see New Japan Pro Wrestling, and they're going to show I think it's 12 different title defenses, and I'm sure it's included against Omega too. Those 6-star matches that they had. So definitely, if you're a fan of New Japan, you definitely want to go watch those just to kind of get you even hyped up for this match even more coming up.
If you want to be sold on New Japan Pro Wrestling, go watch any of those matches from Okada. Okada's the top dog for a reason.
Now another match that's happening at Dominion: Chris Jericho and Naito. Yeah. Naito winning. Now, also, I do want to make this before I jump to the next one. If the IWGP Heavyweight Championship changes hands if Omega wins, all the titles in New Japan will have changed hands since January 1st. The IWGP Heavyweight Championship is the only championship that has not changed hands this year. Every other title, I think some of them, most of them, about half of them, changed hands at Wrestle Kingdom, and every other one since has changed hands. So the IWGP Heavyweight Championship is the only championship that has not changed hands in 2018 that could change in 6 days. But moving on to the Intercontinental Championship match, you have Naito and Chris Jericho. Of course, Chris Jericho making the return. When was it that he made his return? Because he was at the New Year's Dash.
He was at New Year's Dash, which was the day after Wrestle Kingdom. He was already in Japan. It was in was it Haino Kuni? It was in Fukuoka, where he first attacked
the beginning of May,
Omega. Mm-hmm. It was the same town. that he attacked Omega.
Because he attacked, Naito the night after Wrestle Kingdom at New Year's Dash, and we didn't see Jericho. We saw him on Raw 25, and he went tour with Fozzy. And then it was almost a little bit of a surprise because some people were of the belief, because I think Jericho even came out and said, granted he was probably kayfabing it, said I'm done with New Japan. So, but obviously he's not now.
He didn't say how long.
Yeah, you got a point there. So he came back, attacked Naito. So now we have another great match that I fully expect Naito to win.
100%.
Jericho's there just to kind of bring more American fans, even Canadian fans too. But of course, Omega already probably got all the Canadian fans.
Jericho being in New Japan brought the diehards from America or around the world, I should say. But Jericho's a big enough name to where he's a household name.
Oh, yeah.
You say Chris Jericho, even if you're not a wrestling fan, it's like, oh yeah, he's that wrestler. He's 100% part of the New Japan expansion to making it global because people know who Jericho is.
Mm-hmm.
And they weren't going to get Cena or anybody like that. It was more of a household name.
Oh, absolutely.
So you want Jericho more than Cena anyway.
Oh, definitely. Because Jericho, and that's the thing I love.
See him.
And that's the thing about New Japan. New Japan, as far as New Japan, not for kids. I mean, kids can watch it, but you got Jericho cursing, flipping the bird, and you can't, and you can tell. And it's hilarious. You can tell he's taking full advantage of that because he knows he can't do stuff like that in WWE. He's flipping the bird, cursing. It's awesome.
What's funny is in its basis, New Japan was based off of an anime or a comic, a Japanese comic, some kind of anime for kids. It's just the Japanese censorship laws are so different than ours because of our cultures and stuff like that.
Folks.
Yeah, they can. That's why a lot of the Japanese guys, when they want to curse, they do it in English, either because Japanese don't know what they're saying or the censorship laws.
Mm-hmm. Let me ask you this: I've always wondered this. I've never looked it up. What does IWGP stand for?
International Wrestling Grand Prix. It is a kayfabe wrestling New Japan organization. Yeah, it's like the government body.
I got you.
They are New Japan's version of the Authority. Yeah, but not heel. Like this, it's not a one person. It's like a board members. It's all kayfabe for New Japan, but they're basically the so you won this title match. You come ask us for or you won this match against the champion. You won a title match. Here you go. You earned it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like their governing body. Kayfabe.
So yeah, Jericho, Naito, IWGP Intercontinental title on the line.
Let's go.
Something we're keeping alive, brother.
So I think Naito's going to win. What do you think, Brink?
Naito's going to win. If Jericho wins the title, it might be like the never title. It's not going to be a big title. He needs to put people over more than making himself look good.
Yeah, he's kind of like, in WWE now. Sometimes they'll bring,
anymore.
That's like Cena. Cena comes back to he puts people over. So it's kind of what Jericho's doing in a way.
For the record, let anybody tell me Cena doesn't put talent over, and I'll show Cena's win-loss record for the past year and a half. He ain't won much.
He put Owens over. He put Rollins over. He put
AJ.
He put AJ over. So the guy he's putting
he put a dead man over. The dude could not move, and he put him over in less than 5 minutes and made
Yes. So
Cena,
it'll be a think about it, a little bit off subject here, but the last few WrestleManias for Cena, because you look at WrestleMania 31 was really his last big time win when he beat Rusev for the U.S. title. WrestleMania 32, he was hurt. He had a little segment where The Rock was he came back with the Wyatts. Yeah. WrestleMania 33, he had the squash match against The Miz where he proposed to Nikki Bella, and then last year got squashed by The Undertaker. So the last few WrestleManias have been, I guess the WrestleMania 33 thing where they squashed The Miz and Maurice, and you got to
still mad at that.
Yeah. Well, you know what? They better freaking get married, because if they don't get married, then I'll be even more mad.
I'm so tired of hearing about this ish. Let's move on.
Let's move on to the next match scheduled at Dominion, the IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Championship. Evil and Sonata taking on the Young Bucks, Matt and Nick Jackson. This one, one of the best tag teams, if not the best tag team in the world, taking on right now Evil and Sonata, who I think they won the tag team titles back at Wrestle Kingdom, if I'm not mistaken, or they have
Yes.
So they've been holding the titles for pretty much practically the whole year.
They haven't
so
defended it a lot because Evil got hurt.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, they're still.
Well, and this is going to be an interesting match because, of course, we mentioned it a while ago. The first time that the Young Bucks will be challenging for the heavyweight tag team titles. Of course, they've won the junior heavyweight tag team titles many times.
I think seven.
Seven times. So now they're going for their first IWGP heavyweight tag team championships. It's going to be obviously a tremendous match. I think Evil and Sonata will go over because I think the Young Bucks will have a lot more opportunities to win the IWGP tag team championships. And you were saying that, Evil got hurt, so they haven't had the chance to defend it. I think maybe they'll have them go over so that way they can get a few more title defenses and, see where they go down the line with it.
But at the same time, it's the Young Bucks.
Mm-hmm.
I like Evil Sonata. I'm a LIJ Mark. I love Russell for Monopolist. I see the Bucks winning here. I mean, they're new to the heavyweight division. Their first heavyweight tag match they lost to Omega and Ibushi in an extraordinary match. Their first title match, you have them lose. I don't see that happening. Evil and Sonata can win it back at a later date. I think this is the Bucks' moment here to win.
But I can see them using the fact that
Kenny winning titles.
I can see them using the fact that this is their first heavyweight championship match, and you got two big old dudes in Evil and Sonata, and you got the Young Bucks who, let's face it, like on paper, size-wise, they just don't match up. But I mean, it's,
they've been teaming for 20-something years, bro. Well, maybe not that long, but for their entire lives, they've been teaming.
We got to run with their brothers.
They're brothers.
So I mean, but at the same time, like I said, it's gonna be a great match. They're gonna tear the house down. At the end of the day, I think they're gonna find a way. Evil and Sonata, they're gonna find a way to get like I said, they're going to get tested. The Young Bucks are going to give them a run for their money, no doubt about it. But I think Evil and Sonata, they're just, the first, like I said, because it's the first. It's like you go into a whole new weight class in a way is what's happening. So I think they're going to have Evil and Sonata just.
Well, I think with Young Bucks, what they have to their advantage is the fact they have been teaming for so long.
Mm-hmm.
Evil and Sonata are not a natural tag team like the Bucks are.
Yeah.
Like Evil has won the never openweight title as a singles wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
Sonata is damn good as a singles wrestler. You want to ask me who the future of New Japan is? Sonata. Sonata is the future of New Japan. He's that good. He's got the size. He's got the athleticism. He's got the ability. He ain't got much on the mic, but he doesn't really have to because he says everything he needs to say in the ring with his matches and his moves. He was trained by Great Muta and one of my favorite wrestlers of all time.
Yeah.
But the Bucks have that tag team chemistry.
Je ne sais quoi.
Yeah. Evil and Sonata don't. So I'm thinking Bucks win this one here.
Ryan, what you think? Bucks going over on Evil and Sonata? Or?
Yeah, they're the hottest thing in wrestling right now. If you take Omega and Cody out the picture.
And then they're still the Elite, so it's still the hottest thing.
Yeah, I think, but I mean, I can see how Patrick's talking about it too. If anybody can survive, a loss, it would be your first title match and the Young Bucks. Yeah. So I can see it going either way. But yeah, I think the Young Bucks are going to take it.
See if and this is my opinion, I think if the Bucks would have beaten Omega and Ibushi in their first match, then they could take the loss here in their first heavyweight title match. But they lost their very first match as a heavyweight team, so I don't think they want to have their first title match be a loss too. Which I understand what y'all are saying. Like the Bucks could take this loss and not hurt them. I just don't think that's gonna happen. I think the Bucks are gonna take the titles.
Yeah, and I can understand them putting the titles in the Bucks too. I mean, they're the hottest.
Money.
The hottest tag team in all of wrestling right now, no doubt about it.
As much as I love Sonata
with the
and
exception
Evil,
maybe the Go Lovers.
as much as I love Sonata and Evil, they're not moving the merch and the sales like the Young Bucks would or currently are doing.
That's the thing. That's the thing. To me, the Bucks don't even need the title. They don't. I mean, I guess in this one,
you're right. They don't, but
I guess this one they cut. They
from
they
a
probably
merch,
need this one more than
from a merch standpoint. No, they don't need the belts. From a want to be the greatest tag team that ever lived, they need the titles.
And I was about to say, maybe these titles they need more than I mean, they won the IWGP Junior Tag Team title 7 times.
They're already lauded as the best tag team in the world, hands down, and it's hard to argue it. But the one point that you could argue is they face nothing but juniors in New Japan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know every other promotion around the world, they fought guys that are bigger than them, different weight classes and stuff.
Yeah.
But like big promotion wise, New Japan, they've only fought juniors. So if they want to be the best team in the world, they got to beat the heavies in New Japan too. You got to beat Evil and Sonata. You got to beat Killer Elite Squad. You got to beat Goto and Yoshihashi. You got to beat the New Japan tags, the heavies.
For a little fantasy booking, Young Bucks win the tag team titles from Evil and Sonata. Their first defense, those mothers. What?
Money. And you said the Bucks didn't need the titles. That's right there. It's like the Bucks need the titles because that's
for that
money.
reason they need the titles.
That's
but like
money.
just to me overall, if they lose, it would not hurt them one bit.
No, it wouldn't. But I think the upside of them winning is greater than take a loss.
I mean, winning any title obviously,
Yeah.
won't hurt. So
here's what I was thinking: they win, they're yay in the ring. Cue Killer Elite Squad. They come in, totally decimate them. They take the belts, and they're like, "You got to be heavyweights to be a heavyweight champion. You don't deserve these belts."
And that would be the ultimate New Japan David versus Goliath story.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're putting the Young Bucks, who are technically tweeners, but they're getting cheered wherever they go. Killer Elite Squad, 100% heel. They're getting booed wherever they go. I mean, you couldn't. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
That would not surprise me at all. I'll call it right now. Bucks win. KES comes out, beats the crap out of them. Almost slipped up right there. Caught myself.
Thank you, Frank.
Yeah. And then sets up Bucks versus KES. I'm all right. I'm all right with that.
And then the other match that'll be happening at Dominion will be the so far the one that's confirmed, Never Openweight Championship 3-way match, Goto, Elgin, and Taichi. I don't know too much about these cats, but
Goto is awesome. He is he's a part of Chaos. He's with Okada. He trains in the New Japan dojo. He's
a current Never Openweight champion.
He's amazing. Elgin, a Canadian beast. Like he's the powerhouse.
He has a hell of a beard on there. When I can see the picture.
He's sneaky athletic. Like he won't go to the top rope and do a moonsault or nothing, but he'll like do leapfrogs and jumps out from. Use the rope and jump out from the ring to the floor. He's super powerful, super strong. Taichi is the exact opposite of everything I just said about Goto and Elgin. He's your chicken-ish heel.
Yeah.
He does not have flashy moves. He has a horrible entrance music, but Taichi's
worse than Big Cass' theme music.
No, that's pretty bad.
Big Cass has the worst entrance music I've ever heard.
The Taichi's gimmick is that, okay, in real life, or realistically, Taichi's a really good wrestler. His gimmick, he don't give a crap. He doesn't care what the fans think, but not in the same way your typical heel in America doesn't. Like, all the Japanese fans know he's a really good wrestler. And I'm going to curse, so I want to timestamp this. Okay? He half-asses everything.
Oh, no, that'll make it.
Okay, that'll make it cool.
Yeah.
He half-asses everything. That's his gimmick. He can come out and be a great wrestler, but he's going to half-ass it to piss off the fans. That's Taichi. He's going to do the heel things that he doesn't need to do, but he's doing them to piss off the fans. He is one of the true heels. He's a pure heel, especially in Japan.
Hey,
he has his own chant. Everybody does the Cena sucks. Let's go Cena. Cena sucks. The Japanese fans have a chant for Taichi. It's Taichi, go home. Every time he comes out, the fans will chant Taichi, go home. And it's amazing.
Hey, we just got a tweet from CFO. They said, screw you, Patrick.
Well, tell them, because you know what? When Big Cass turned heel, I remember they gave him some entrance music, and then they changed it again because it was so terrible. Because like everyone was hating. It's like, oh, that sounds like just, entrance music generic 4 from WWE 2K.
Oh, guess what? They changed it from generic 4 to generic 5. It ain't much better.
No, it ain't. It's not much better.
It's not better.
With that being said, the Never Openweight Championship, who do you think wins that match?
Taichi.
Taichi?
Taichi's gonna.
Hold on, you just said this dude sucks.
No, He's a good wrestler. He's just
He's a pure heel.
he's in a triple threat match.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna sneak this victory out of there somehow. Probably over Elgin. He'll probably low blow him or hit him with his little mic stand. He comes out lip syncing his song with this mic and then plays it like he's the one actually singing.
Yeah.
He has his wife, his valet brings him, escorts him to the ring or whatever. She's gonna get involved. This is the perfect match for Taichi to steal a victory and get a title, which would be his first heavyweight title because he was in the juniors for a while. He just recently bumped up to heavies.
Well,
also, if you need to know any more about how heel he is, he's a part of Suzuki Group. So that's 100% heel.
and Elgin's going to be distracted by looking at the ladies in the crowd to see which one he's going to send a nasty text to.
Probably.
So,
I think, I don't know. I would think Goto could retain.
Goto and Elgin have, or Goto's the current, but I think Elgin has held the title before too. So they're both previous. Never
that is a sneaky pick. Based on what you told me, I was like, well, I don't think Taichi's going to. He's just kind of there. Sounds like he's just kind of there to be there. But
this is not one of those instances where he's there just to take the pin.
Mm-hmm.
Like
maybe
likes
Elgin
to.
wins. I don't know. I'm not gonna pick that match because I really.
I don't think Elgin's going. I think it's
sure.
going to be Goto or Taichi, and I'd have to pick Taichi just because everyone hates him. I low-key like him. I like Goto too, but I think Taichi wins.
And then of course Rey Mysterio Jr. in action. We don't know who against who, but
I think regardless who he wrestles, he's winning.
yeah, I think
Especially if it's Liger, because Liger's beaten him already. Even the
in
series
New
up.
Japan.
WCW.
Yeah, okay. That's the only time those two ever wrestled. Huh?
To my knowledge, yeah.
Interesting. I was reading something. It was very interesting. I think way back in the day, like in the 80s, New Japan and WWE had a working relationship.
I think so.
Because I found a picture.
I know WCW did.
I'm pretty sure because I think Hulk Hogan back when he was in WWE was in some of these. Like I think he was in the New Japan Cup or something like that.
Was that?
So was Andre the Giant. He did a lot of the work.
And I saw a picture on Reddit. There's an old picture. It was probably from the 80s. Vince McMahon was sending Jushin Thunder Liger out. I don't think Jushin Thunder Liger ever wrestled for WWE, has he?
The only time he did was a couple years ago at NXT when he fought Tyler.
So this picture was taken a long time ago. Maybe late 80s.
To my knowledge, Liger's never wrestled WWE.
I'm pretty sure.
It upsets me because Muta, my favorite wrestler, has never wrestled in WWE. He wrestled in WCW.
I'm pretty sure. Way back in the
80s or 90s? Because WCW and New Japan had a working agreement, like New Japan and Ring of Honor have now.
This might have been the late 80s, maybe early 90s.
Because Sting, Hogan, the Steiners, they wrestled a lot in New Japan because of that working agreement. Vader. Well, no, I think Vader was there on a New Japan contract.
It may have been WCW, but because I saw something
I know Hogan wrestled there, but I know he was for WCW.
There was like a. It seemed like it was a belt that was
there.
It was a belt that they ended. It was like a WWF / New. It was like I don't know. It was. I have to look it up and figure it out.
And that may have been before WWF too. That might have been WWF.
Could have been, yeah. That might have been early 80s because New Japan's been around since what?
1972.
So yeah, so I have a feeling at one point, probably in the 70s or 80s, they had a working relationship with New Japan.
So I'm just not aware of it.
But going back now, okay, Rey Mysterio set for action. That's what it says on the.
Well, he's gonna win no matter who he faces. I'm thinking it's Liger. But I don't know for sure, but I'm hoping it's Liger.
Well, that's what we got so far for Dominion. Any other matches that will be added, or once we find out who Rey Mysterio's opponent will be, keep it locked to our Facebook and Twitter pages. We'll definitely share that news.
I will.
Once it happens.
I will say this too. I'll be willing to bet that the winner of the Super Juniors will face Ospreay at Dominion, which is probably why most of the card hasn't been updated yet, so they don't spoil nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm pretty sure Ospreay will be defending against either Ishimori or Hiromu at Dominion.
Gotcha. So let's move on now to the next thing we were going to talk about. It was made official. I guess we've been spoiling it the last couple of weeks because we talked about the NXT TakeOver Chicago card, but Ricochet, Velveteen Dream, one-on-one was confirmed this week, and that's one of the hot things everyone has been talking about. The segment on NXT earlier this week, where Velveteen Dream, he's coming out, telling Ricochet, anything you can do, I can do better. Ricochet is standing in the middle of the ring, Velveteen standing on the ramp, and Ricochet is just standing there, and like it's absolutely nothing, just starts running, cuts a flip outside of the ring onto the ramp, lands on his feet, and just stands there in front of him and just says, "Then show me." And I mean, it was. I know y'all have seen y'all. I mean, I don't think. When's the last time you've seen that kind of athleticism in WWE?
Easy. Never.
Never.
As much good talent as WWE has and has had, Ricochet's not human. You know what? Watching Ricochet is like watching someone jump off a diving board into a swimming pool, just 24/7.
Except he doesn't even need a diving board.
He doesn't need water.
The earth is his diving board. He can jump off of anything and probably. But I tell you what though, that match. A lot of people are thinking that match has the potential to be match of the year.
It probably will be.
Certainly has potential to be 5 stars without a doubt. Looking forward to that match. The rest of the card, hopefully I'm not spoiling anything. Let's see, let me pull it up here. So, of course, you have Ricochet versus Velveteen Dream. Gargano and Ciampa, another match that is already they fought this year, a 5-star match. Yeah. So, looking forward to that one. Aleister Black taking on Lars Sullivan for the NXT Championship. That's going to be very physical.
That's going to be
super physical. And then the Undisputed Era, Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong taking on, I always mess this one up, Oni Lorcan and Danny Burch for the NXT Tag Team Championships. I'm trying to figure it out here, but where's the, I'm hoping they add one more match, and hopefully it's Adam Cole defending the NXT North American Championship against somebody. But then again, I don't know if he's defending it. Let me go look real quick. Because they have the the UK tournament coming up. Let me look.
What are they doing with War Machine?
Who's War Machine?
The War Raiders.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they were on NXT this past week. They squashed somebody.
Slow build, brother. Slow build. Long time. Yep.
But
I mean, did you really expect them to push both Ricochet and War Machine to the moon right away?
Well, I mean,
Ricochet, yes. I understand that, but a lot of people don't realize how much depth NXT has.
Yeah, so they do.
They have a lot of guys, especially in that tag division, that haven't gotten a chance yet in the big spot, like Street Profits. Super entertaining, really good. Have not had a big moment yet because that division is so deep.
Also, I think I read somewhere that NXT will be playing when the new TV deal for SmackDown. They included in that. I saw somewhere NXT will have a replay on FS1, so they'll be playing. It'll still be live on the network, which is good. They should not change that. The network needs NXT and 205 Live, that matter. But they're gonna have a replay on FS1, which I think is tremendous because NXT could certainly use that kind of exposure. It wouldn't hurt them by any means. Now, you're talking about the depth. The bad thing about NXT, it's only 1 hour. So, as much depth as you have on NXT, it's like, man, and that's what I liked about it, because I did sit down and I watched NXT. It's kind of fast-paced, because they try and get as much in as they can in 1 hour, and the good thing is they're on the network, so I guess they're not really necessarily, they have to do it in 1 hour. They can go 1 hour 5, 1 hour 10, whatever they want. So, but I was talking about the NXT North American Championship being defended at NXT TakeOver Chicago. It looks like it's going to be defended June 19th, day 2 of the UK tournament special on the network. That's the Tuesday after Money in the Bank. Adam Cole, they still do not have an opponent yet, but right now it says Adam Cole versus TBA for the NXT North American Championship. Pete Dunne will also face the winner of the UK tournament. Also, they're going to do a bracketology special for the UK tournament on.
Do you have the list of participants?
I do. I have the first round matchups right here.
Let's go through them, because some of the guys I've heard of before, I might be able to get a little bit of insight.
There's a first round matchup: Zach Gibson versus Amir Johnson,
I don't know much about either one. I may have watched like one match from Gibson. I think he wrestled some for What Culture when they had their wrestling promotion. I forgot the name of it now.
You should know these next two guys: Drew Gulak and gentleman Jack Gallagher. First round matchup. Two 205 live guys.
205 guys. Yeah, that's gonna be really good.
Flash Morgan Webster versus James Drake.
Flash Morgan Webster is he's a good technical wrestler, but he's got the flamboyant style to him too. He's really good. I don't know much about the other guy.
Flash Morgan Webster, the only one in the tournament from the country of Wales.
Yeah.
Tyson T-Bone versus Jordan Devlin.
I've heard of Jordan Devlin. I think
he was trained by Finn. If I'm not mistaken.
He looks like Finn Balor.
Yes, he was. He was in last year's tournament.
Yes.
If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he was.
Might have been,
I swear I know him from. Yeah, he's like a cocky heel Finn.
There's Tucker versus Joe Coffey.
Don't know Tucker. Joe Coffey wrestles a lot in Europe. I've seen his name around. I don't think I've watched many of his matches, but I've heard the name.
There's Dave Mastiff versus Kenny Williams.
I don't know either one.
Ligerio or Ligero.
El Ligero.
Ligero versus Travis Banks.
That's gonna be a really good match.
I heard a lot of people talking about Travis Banks.
Travis Banks is really good.
He's from New Zealand. Travis Banks.
Travis Banks really good. El Ligero is really good. That's
the last first round match.
Ligero's got one of the. I think he's from Europe. I'm not exactly sure where he's from, but he's got like a luchador style, a luchador mask. One of the more crazier luchador masks you'll ever see. He's got like the traditional mask, but he's got horns and like a top part up here is just gone, and it's like his bald head.
There's on the network. There's going to be a bracketology special for this tournament. Yeah. It's either this Thursday or next Thursday. I can't remember. Look that up. Okay. The last first round matchup: Ashton Smith versus Joseph Connors.
I don't know Smith. Connors is another guy that wrestled a lot. He wrestled a lot in Europe, and I've seen him on What Culture's promotion that I cannot remember the name of right now. But.
With that being said, okay, that's all the matchups. Any name that stuck out to you that could possibly win this tournament?
Banks, Ligero, or Devlin. I don't think they're going to put Gulak or Gallagher because they're already established names within WWE. Mm-hmm. I think it'll be one of the local boys.
So if they put those two together in the first round, you think they'd maybe kind of spread them out a little bit?
I mean, knock them out of the tournament right away.
Yeah. So
Gulak also, I'm kind of confused. He's not from Europe, if I'm not mistaken.
He's American.
Yeah. I think he's from
the only American or something.
Yeah, but his last name is Gulak. Come on.
The American. It says on Wikipedia he's an American professional wrestler.
I know a lot of Americans with the last name Hernandez. Doesn't mean they're Spanish or anything or Mexican.
Well, while we're talking about the UK tournament, that first round is going to take place June 8th through the 10th. So that's actually coming up this weekend.
Yes.
Download Festival. I don't think that'll be on TV or anything. But
probably not.
But the quarterfinals.
It'll probably be on the network.
The quarterfinals, semifinals, and the
matches in one night.
This is the lineup for June 18th on the network. If there's a 6-man tag team match, British Strong Style, Pete Dunne, Trent Seven, Tyler Bate versus the Undisputed Era. That's gonna be a fun match. Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, Roderick Strong.
That's gonna be fun.
Fatal 4-way match to determine the #1 contender for the NXT Women's Championship. Isla Dawn, Jenny Killer Kelly, and Toni Storm. And
only one of those I've heard of before.
Yeah, Toni Storm. That's one I've heard of.
Really good, too. Really
and then they're going to have the 4 quarterfinal matchups. It's either going to be Zach Gibson or Amir Johnson versus Drew Gulak or gentleman Jack Gallagher. Flash Morgan Webster or James Drake versus Tyson T-Bone or Jordan Devlin. Tucker or Joe Coffey versus Dave Mastiff or Kenny Williams. And Ligerio or Travis Banks versus Ashton Smith or Joseph Connors. They're also going to have the semifinals and the finals. So, yes, the winner of that tournament will have wrestled 3, or the 2 that make it to the finals will have wrestled 3 matches in one night. So that
whoever wins is going to earn it that day.
Absolutely.
Jesus.
And then the next night they challenge Pete Dunne for the United Kingdom Championship.
Pete Dunne's going to remain champion.
Yeah. And then the next night, Adam Cole defends the NXT North American Championship. We don't know against who yet. Shayna Baszler will take on the winner of that Fatal 4-way match. The Undisputed Era will defend their tag team titles for the second time in 3 days against nobody knows. And a pretty cool tag team match is going to happen that second night, too. Aleister Black and Ricochet will team up to take on EC3 and Velveteen Dream. So that'll be an interesting tag team match. I'm really looking forward to this UK tournament special on the network. Should be really fun. Also, Triple H and Shawn Michaels will be there. They're advertising Triple H and Shawn Michaels there. I don't know if they're going to be announcers or.
Well, Michaels coaches at NXT now, so.
That's good. That's a good guy to have there.
Oh, God, yeah.
So
I listened to everything he said, and like.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So that's what's going on between NXT TakeOver Chicago and did I finish going over the NXT TakeOver Chicago? Yeah, I did because I was trying to figure out where they got fifth match. So let's jump now. Real quick, I just want to go over this because we're kind of taking up a lot of time. The 205.
We got a 2.5 hour podcast to beat, brother.
Yeah. 205 live this past week. Buddy Murphy, Cedric Alexander. For the Cruiserweight Championship. I'm not going to spoil it in case anybody hasn't seen it, but I'm going to tell you what. Go watch that match. It's a 20-plus minute match. The crowd is hot. Arguably the best match in the history of 205 Live, which, I mean, there's been some good. I'm not going to say there's been trash matches, but lately, since Triple H has taken it over, Triple H is, just like NXT, he's trying to take 205 Live to the next level. That match, which now also another story that came out this week, Cruiserweights will no longer be featured on Monday Night Raw. So now that kind of, ups the ante on 205 Live. So now, you have the Cruiserweight title. Buddy Murphy, Cedric Alexander, go watch that match. I watched it. I would give it probably 4.5 stars on the Dave Meltzer rating. So I would, it was a really good match. I was highly entertained. The crowd was into it. It was just really awesome. Definitely, I would say match of the year, but it's in the conversation. Certainly in the conversation. At least when it comes to WWE matches, in the conversation with like a Gargano, Ciampa, Gargano, Almas, and the ladder match, North American title ladder match at NXT TakeOver New Orleans. So definitely go watch that match if you haven't.
I like how we say WWE match of the year and list nothing but NXT matches.
Vince versus Rollins. That was a good match too. At least that's what everybody was saying, which I agree. So that's just what I want to say about that. So let's jump now to Money in the Bank, which will be the night after NXT TakeOver Chicago and the night before the UK tournament special starts on the network. The updated match card, we have all the spots filled in the women's championship. The women's Money in the Bank ladder match for a contract for the women's championship. Ember Moon, Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss, Becky Lynch, Natalya, Lana, Naomi, and the final participant who won her spot on Monday night, Sasha Banks. The men's match, Braun Strowman, Finn Balor, The Miz, Rusev, Bobby Roode, Kevin Owens, Samoa Joe, and then one of the 3 members of the New Day, Brinkman, I think you're leaning towards Kofi.
100%.
I'm
Just
thinking
for the spectacle.
Yeah, I think they're going to put in Big E. I think that's what everybody thinks is going to happen. Especially if they plan on having Big E win it, obviously, put Big E in the match. But if they don't have Big E slated to win the contract, I can see Kofi Kingston. I can see Xavier Woods because, in my opinion, I've been watching SmackDown the last couple of weeks. Xavier Woods has been putting on some fantastic matches.
See, I think a lot of people don't realize Xavier Woods can go.
Oh, he can.
He can go.
In my opinion.
But he's so damn good on the mic as one of the mouthpieces.
Oh, yes.
Like, he doesn't have to wrestle all that much.
In my opinion.
But he can go.
If it wasn't for like the strength of Big E and just his size and physique, I would have Xavier overall like on the mic, wrestling, athletic. Xavier Woods might be the best wrestler of those 3.
Yeah, hands down, he is. Like
Big
E's got the size and the power, but Xavier's low key strong too. He's not Big E strong, but for his size, he's strong. And he's technically really good.
Man. He is, in my opinion, very underrated as a wrestler. A lot of people don't give him the credit he deserves. Going down the list, AJ Styles, Nakamura for the WWE Championship last man standing match. Nia Jax versus Ronda Rousey for the Raw Women's Championship match. A lot of people got eyes on that match. It's Ronda's first televised singles match, and it's for the Raw Women's Championship. A lot of people are just kind of skeptical about this match because it's Nia Jax. Nia Jax is
I'm not skeptical about the match. I'm skeptical of the timing. Like Rousey should be nowhere near this title right now. Nowhere near.
I see. That's the thing. I don't think this match is going to have a true winner. I think this is going to end in a disqualification.
You've been putting over the fact that Nia Jax is the dominant woman because of her size.
And they do call her the Irresistible Force.
The Irresistible Force. And you're going to throw her in there with her first or second title defense against Ronda Rousey, who hasn't wrestled a singles match.
Baddest woman on the planet.
Who hasn't wrestled a singles match in WWE. No.
So that match,
I don't know that, honestly. I don't even want to watch it.
There's going to be 10 matches that night. I have a feeling that's going to be one of the shortest matches of the night. Nia Jax, Ronda Rousey.
It'll probably be like the second to last match because it's Rousey.
Yeah.
Because of her name value.
It's going to be late. It's going to be late. It's going to be in the. And I think also this might be 4 hours. I think they move now all the WWE pay-per-views going forward, which there's only one a month now because they're co-branded. But
if they do it right, it won't seem like 4 hours.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway.
Also, Carmella versus Asuka for the SmackDown Women's Championship.
I swear, if Asuka loses, I swear I'll stop watching.
Somebody was
let me rephrase it. If Carmella pins Asuka, I'll stop watching.
I would agree. I don't know if I'll stop watching, but I'll sort of be like, what the hell, you know? The next match could be a match of the year contender: Roman Reigns versus Jinder Mahal.
My God, I'm about to punch it.
No, it was funny because I was on Reddit and they were talking about Ricochet and Velveteen Dream possibly being match of the year, and one of the top comments was hilarious. Like, that's a bold statement considering Roman Reigns and Jinder Mahal the next night. But they got that match, the SmackDown Tag Team Championships, Bludgeon Brothers versus the Good Brothers, Gallows and Anderson. Gallows and Anderson back in the Tag Team Championship picture.
It's good to see, even though they're going to lose.
Bobby Lashley versus Sami Zayn in a singles match.
Honestly, don't care.
Seth Rollins taking on Elias for the Intercontinental Championship.
That's going to be really good. Rollins will win, but holy-ish, that'll be a good match.
Yes.
We're going to see that match tonight.
Yeah, we get to see that match tonight at the Civic Center. A little preview of Money in the Bank.
Bad, Brent.
Daniel Bryan versus Big Cass, which was announced yesterday in a singles match. Daniel Bryan versus Big Cass. Daniel Bryan should go over on Big Cass there. So that's the updated Money in the Bank card. Let's jump down to rumor mill. Let's go. So get your thing ready over there, Ryan. First thing, I'm gonna go over just real quick. Possible new TV deal for Monday Night Raw. Of course, SmackDown got the Fox TV deal for $1 billion. But according to Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful.com, he tweeted out a few days ago, WWE getting $1.35 billion for Raw over 5 years from NBCU per The Hollywood Reporter. And what that would mean is, looks like Raw would stay on the USA Network. So that's just a rumor there. There's nothing obviously has been made official, but according to the Hollywood Reporter or whatever, that's what that is. So just something that I want to throw out there. Now the next one is something worth talking about and we can discuss. Booker T has some comments about CM Punk. This is what he said. Quote, I think he will be at All In. I think if he loses this fight regarding his fight to UFC 225 on June 9th, this coming Saturday, if he loses this fight, he will be at All In with the Young Bucks and Cody Rhodes, making his way back to the pro wrestling world. I really think CM Punk missed the wrestling world. I just think he had a bad taste in his mouth, but he can get it back. That's what Booker T said. So with that being said, if CM Punk loses, he might win. We don't know. We're going to find out.
Oh, I'm sorry.
They're laughing. It's not Mickey Gall he's fighting this time. I don't even know who. Not sure who he's fighting, but
he's fighting an actual martial artist.
Well,
it's not another parkour guy.
Yeah. So hypothetically, okay, let's say he loses the match. Yeah, he could win. I don't know, but let's say we're talking hypotheticals here. He loses the match. Does he show up at All In? What you think?
I think if he wins, he shows up at All In.
It's interesting.
Like in that quote, Booker T said he was just out. I think he had a bad taste in his mouth. That was from WWE, not wrestling.
Yeah.
I think he's going to be at All In 100%, win or lose.
Yeah. Ryan, what you think?
Yeah, first of all, thanks a lot, Triple H, for running a good thing. Number two, he's going to lose that fight, Patrick. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. He's going to get beat up again. His cauliflower ear is going to be like 3 foot wide.
I don't think that was the question.
Yeah, it is. It's part of the question. It's part of him winning and losing. But anyways, where was I going with this?
Punk was going to win his UFC fight.
No, I didn't say that.
Talk about All In, him and All In.
Yeah.
Come back to pro wrestling.
Yeah, he's going to be there. He's getting back in the game.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
going to be tired of getting his face bashed in.
I read a funny it's not a funny article, but it was a funny moment in the CM Punk Colt Cabana versus the Dr. Amon trial going on.
Mhm.
The question that every single wrestling fan has ever wanted to ask, or anybody who has ever met CM Punk has asked him. He finally confirmed what CM stood for.
I did see that, but I didn't read much into
Finally,
it.
Chick Magnet.
Chick Magnet?
It stood for Chick Magnet.
Wow.
Every time anybody would ask him, he'd come up with different words like
Chicago made
or something like that. It's because I think the lawyer.
And he answered that question under oath.
Under oath.
So that
he did
has
it
got to be
under
the
oath.
answer.
He said
Which
it stood
is
for Chick Magnet.
I've lied under oath before. It's easy.
Uh-oh.
But look,
I'll see you later.
I've never been under oath. So.
But look, I mean, the point is, Booker T, next time you steal some of our material, we've been saying this for 2 months. You better give credit where credit's due, bud.
Oh, we have a Ryan's rant on Booker T here, maybe?
We're going to have some problems, sucker.
We coming for you.
Wait.
I ain't gonna say it. But yeah, that's what
Ryan wants Booker T to apologize 5 times.
Yeah.
5 times.
So y'all both think CM Punk will be at All In regardless, win or lose.
He was at the press conference. He was backstage at the press conference.
Chicago.
It's in Chicago.
Yeah.
Punk owns Chicago.
Punk wants to murder people in the crowd when his music hits.
Yeah.
So
Can't wait.
I don't know. To me it's early to say if he's going to be there or not.
What is the date for? Is it September 1st?
September 1st. It's Saturday. The first Saturday of college football too.
Yeah.
Guess who ain't watching college football that day?
I'm gonna be watching. Well, LSU plays the September 2nd. So.
I work September 1st. I will be putting in vacation time.
Mhm.
I will be off for all.
We still
day.
don't know where this show will be streaming either. So of course, obviously, once that is determined, we will.
Facebook Live.
So a lot of people are saying Fight TV. So
I'm okay with that.
But we'll see.
I'm okay with
I'm
that.
cool with whatever. I just want to see it.
Somebody's iPhone.
So that's the Booker T comments on CM Punk. He thinks if he loses, he's going to come back to pro wrestling and All In. But where does he go after that? We don't know. We can talk about that another day.
I know one
That's
place
easy.
he'd be welcome, and that he's never competed before. New Japan.
He'd be welcome anywhere, I think. Even WWE, I think, if he walked in there and says, I want to come back, which I would never happen, but if he came back and said he wanted to come back, I think WWE would say,
If Punk puts on Twitter just a tweet that says, I'm back, New Japan needs to get a hold of him right away. You want to expand globally and in the Americas? Get CM Punk.
that would be very, very interesting. So one more thing in the rumor mill, Ryan, you have something about Daniel Bryan?
Yeah, I watched a video from What Culture Wrestling this morning, and they made a very strong point about the fact that they think Daniel Bryan is wrestling at All In. And because he hasn't signed his contract yet, it runs out in August. September, he's in All In, and then he'll start wrestling for ROH New Japan.
And I have Daniel Bryan's opponent. You know, play fantasy book. I know who Daniel Bryan should wrestle at All In.
Who?
CM Punk.
Oh, my
Wow.
How amazing. Punk's first match would be against.
But when
Back would be
They should
against
give out
Daniel
complimentary
Bryan.
Kleenex.
Oh my God.
But when is
Enough for tears.
See, my thought, I think Daniel's gonna resign with WWE at some point. I don't know.
He can make more money on the indies, dude, and work less.
He could use the indies to negotiate or out negotiate Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
Because if Vince really wants Daniel there,
I think they do.
Daniel could be like, Vince, look at the Young Bucks. Look at Kenny Omega. Look
Yeah.
at all these guys doing all these things on the independents,
Yeah.
making all this money. I want part of that. And Vince like, oh, Daniel, we want you here.
Yeah.
Here's $4 billion or however
That's
much
a-
he wants.
Look, I don't
Because
care.
Brian, as much fun as wrestling on the indies would be for Brian to go back to that, he's got a little girl now.
Yep.
He needs that financial stability that WWE will give him.
I was about to say, no matter it don't matter who. Like I said, WWE does one thing nobody can compete with WWE. If WWE wants somebody, it don't matter what somebody else offers them. WWE will up that ante and say they offered you this, we'll give you double that,
Yeah.
or whatever, more than that.
But they made another great point. He doesn't trust WWE Medical. So they sign him to another 5-year deal. The next day they can go, oh, well, you're not cleared anymore.
So go to trial with Punk. Punk's doing it. Punk didn't trust WWE medical.
I think Daniel's gonna be very careful signing a new contract.
Because Daniel can get more money from WWE than he's making now. 2 than he'd make on the Indies. But I think what'll help Daniel, and I think WWE might actually be the ones that would pursue this, they would give him more time off. Like, he wouldn't be wrestling as many live shows as he normally would. So you come over to TV tapings, work a live show every couple of weeks or something like that. They'd cut his schedule down tremendously for his health. I think WWE actually pushed that more than Daniel would, honestly.
Yeah. In the Indies, he can make tons of money and just work a few months a year.
But not as much money as he could work in WWE.
Yeah, but he's already filthy rich.
I wouldn't say he's filthy rich. I mean, he's well off, certainly. But let's put it this way. If he signs another 5-year deal, he could sign another 5-year deal with WWE, and the money they would give him in that 5-year deal, he could retire after that 5th year and be set for life.
And then sign a Legends deal.
But also
be put into the Hall of Fame and just live the best life, not just for him and Brie, but for his little girl too.
That's when, and then after that 5-year deal, that's when he would go to the Indies.
But just like Cody said in the new NWA vignette, he was like, dude, going to the Indies was the scariest thing I've ever done in my life, but it's been the best thing because I don't answer to anyone. I do whatever I want. My character is mine. Everything I do, it's because I say I'm doing it. And I think Daniel Bryan would love that opportunity as well.
But Cody and Daniel are not the same. Cody doesn't have the health history. Cody does not have kids, if I'm not mistaken. Daniel's got more to think about than Cody. Cody could be, it's me, Brandy, and everyone, and the wrestling. That's it.
Yeah.
Daniel's got Brie, still girl, family responsibilities, stuff that he has to do as a father, not just a performer.
Mm-hmm.
And, being a father, things that as a father we don't want to do, but we have to do. So I think that's going to weigh more on Daniel's mind than it would on Cody's mind.
So you thinking he resigns with WWE as well?
I think so. I think he'd resign. Like if they offer him a 5-year deal, like Pat said, resign, do the 5 years, retire, do a Legends deal with WWE that would allow him to work like certain independent promotions, so he could still have his name out there, still draw people to these shows for these promotions, and still do his independent thing. But he'll still have a Legends deal to where they can call him like, we want you to come make a guest appearance on SmackDown at SmackDown 40 or whatever. Come make an appearance. Come film some stuff for the network because we're putting out a network special. Come, be a Hall of Famer.
And they're going to give him some money.
Still merchandise, toys, DVDs, games, all this stuff he can still make money on with a Legends deal and still work, like you said, a few independent shows here or there and make some extra money on the side.
He's going to be the top guy on SmackDown. Let's not forget they just got $1 billion from Fox for SmackDown. They're going to give Daniel. I think if they would re-sign Daniel, he will make close to, if not at least, $1 million a year.
Well, then why are they having him muddle around in the mid cards right now?
Because I think right now they're not sure if he's going to re-sign. That's why he's.
I think it's that, and they're making sure his health is right.
The day he re-signs a new contract, he's going to be in the world title picture.
The day he re-signs, they'll announce Bryan versus AJ at Mania.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much, yeah. He'll be in the world title picture the second he re-signs a contract, guaranteed. I think that's the reason he's not in the world title picture right now, because they're unsure if he's going to re-sign his contract or sign a new contract.
Yeah.
But you don't think that hurts his stock any?
No.
Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, Daniel Bryan.
The only thing that would hurt his stock would be he commit a crime. He become a felon. Mm-hmm. He beat up Nikki or something. That would be it. Brie, yeah. Just Cena beats up Nikki. That's right.
No, I think if he beat up Nikki, most people would probably be more liked by some people. I have a feeling. But
no, there's nothing wrestling wise that would hurt Daniel Bryan. He's at that point in his career, like he's too well respected.
Yeah, no doubt.
Unless he does a rap video with Enzo, that might hurt him.
Oh God.
Or a country song with Mickey James.
Yeah,
that might hurt it.
Let's go down to Cheap Heat. We got one thing in Cheap Heat. Ryan's got apparently a video from Sami Callihan.
Yeah, Sami Callihan just released a video. If you haven't seen it, it is on our Facebook page at the Average Marks. So essentially, he's going into a live taping for Impact. And of course, he was like, I'm here to get ready for a live taping. You got this camera in my face. And then so he's talking about being disrespected, and he's tired of it. And he says, well, maybe I'll take my bat over to ROH. Maybe I'll take my bat over to Jericho's Cruise. Maybe I'll take my bat. He was name dropping all these places. So one of the places he said was All In. Do you think Sami Callihan can show up to All In?
I think so. I don't know. I don't know what they do with him.
Yeah.
Do Callahan Edwards again?
No. It's gotta be
some kind of over that already. Yeah. Yeah, it's possible. He.
And if you want to make big news, maybe he comes in and he cracks Omega.
Yeah, then nobody's touching Omega.
Not the moneymaker.
Nobody's touching Omega.
Not the moneymaker, not the rainmaker.
Okay, that's what I was fixing to say. What if Okada?
Okada's all in. Okada will be there.
I don't think he's gonna crack
Okada, we want you to come to this huge show we're putting on. You can face Sami Callihan. That ain't happening.
No.
You're gonna get hit with this bat.
Okada.
I think he might just come in and, if anything, he'll come in and cause some kind of disruption of some sort.
He might even wrestle.
Like he'll be there, but kayfabe, he's not supposed to be there.
He'll probably not even wrestle. He'll just show up in the middle of a match and just.
You kidding, Sami Callihan? You see everybody else that's supposed to wrestle here? He ain't wrestling.
Yeah. Well, okay. What about Jericho's Cruise? You think that could be a main event on the Cruise?
No.
Wow, that's pretty. Wow.
Because Jericho's Cruise is going to be a Ring of Honor tournament.
Well, Impact, they can get.
I don't know how many Impact
other indie deals.
Or yeah, but to go on a cruise? No, I don't see that one.
Better bring you Tony's on that cruise. I hear they don't salt or pepper.
I've never been on a cruise.
Me neither, but that was what I've heard.
One of my buddies that I work with has been on a cruise, and he said it was the best experience of his life. Then he got home sick as a dog. So.
I went on one cruise. I was 15 or 16 years old. I was young. It was all cruises are awesome.
Was it the Disney cruise or was
it was a Carnival cruise?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think that's the one that Jason went on. Yeah.
Carnival cruises are the best. Except for the ones when the boat stops working.
I worked with Jason, and I seen the process of him trying to get everything in line for the cruise and the headache and the gray hairs he was getting dealing with it. I was like, man, I hope he at least has a little bit of fun on this cruise with all the headache that he had. And he said he had a blast. It was awesome. So
what did he get sick from? Like food?
He doesn't know.
That he ate when they docked somewhere or whatnot?
He's not sure.
Some of that third world country food?
He probably got the Mexican flu virus or something, but I don't know.
Yeah, cruises, like I said, it's a lot of headache stuff to kind of get, stuff ready for it. But once you get on that boat, it's like nothing left to worry about.
Speaking of traveling, real quick, all of our listeners out there, Patrick went to Colombia, and not for cocaina.
Like the country of Colombia in South America, not Colombia, South Carolina, Colombia.
He didn't even bring me any coffee back.
They got Colombian coffee at the Circle K. I mean, it's there. I promise, it's 100% Colombian. That's what it says.
Yeah. But, I always thought that was the craziest story. I'd be scared to go to Colombia, bro.
Well, where we were, it was not like we weren't like it was in the city. We stayed near a place called Bucaramanga, and in the city would have probably been dangerous. But where we stayed at was sort of like its own community. I think it was called like Florida Blanca or something like that. And
White Florida.
Yeah. Hey, look, I didn't name the city, but it was sort of like its own community. It was like it's kind of on top of a little mountain. You basically have to go through a gate and get by some guards to get in here, like guards that were standing there with sawed-off shotguns in plain sight.
But they're probably already paid off by the cartel anyway.
And every time we had to go through, we had to show ID and all that stuff. So I felt safe there. So where we were, it was a very nice area, very nice place. We had a hotel. There was a supermarket across the street. It was a country club. We were on a country club is what it was. But like there was neighborhoods around the country. So it was like its own little community where we stayed at. So we're all like the kind of the rich folks of Colombia. So,
I'm too much of a fraidy cat. There's no way.
Circle.
There's a big group of us. It's not like I went by myself.
You're talking about the Circle K 100% Colombian coffee. I know for a fact it's not 100% Colombian. They had a guy that used to work at the casino that is legit from Puerto Rico. And he was talking with us one day. He's like, "No, I'm going back to Puerto Rico. I'll get y'all some of the Puerto Rican coffee, 100% Puerto Rican." It's like, awesome. A couple weeks later, he comes back with the coffee. We drank it. They had to have grown it in meth. It was so strong. Like, there's no way that coffee is naturally that strong. They had to grow it in something that I was cracked out of my mind the rest of the night. Like, we drank it at like 7 that night. 4 o'clock, I'm still like wide-eyed and shaking.
Wow.
Like, Jesus Christ, never again. I'll take my community. Thank you.
What is in this stuff?
Oh, it's
So
experience.
we're done with Cheap Pete now?
Yeah.
Last thing we got, basically the Elias interview. We're about to walk with Elias here. Ron, you sat down with him.
Yeah.
I'm so jealous.
Well,
I wanted to talk to him.
He called our CBD4U.net hotline. He's talking about the show that we have here in Lake Charles tonight. But, of course, it's taped. He called in earlier because, obviously he's either traveling here.
He might just got to the Civic Center.
Yeah, he might be at the Civic Center by now. And it's not a long interview. I figured he had a lot of radio to do. Us, Beaumont, probably Lafayette, Baton Rouge.
They were in Baton Rouge last night. So.
Yeah. Just letting people know. So, we had a pretty cool conversation. Talked about WrestleMania. Talked about him coming to Lake Charles, maybe playing in a little dive bar or something like that. So it's a really cool conversation. So here we go. All right, and that was our exclusive interview with Elias. Big props to WWE for giving us the shout out and the opportunity to interview a WWE superstar.
Absolutely, yeah. Sometimes when they give us those guys when they come to town, it's not. Like I remember one time we got Enzo Amore, and we see where he's at now. Obviously, we talked about him. I remember
He's reincarnated.
One time I got to interview Jason Jordan. That was kind of cool. And
I forgot you got to interview Kurt Angle's son.
Yes, I interviewed Kurt Angle's son before we knew it was Kurt Angle's son. So I couldn't ask him about being Kurt Angle's son, unfortunately.
How much longer is he's on the shelf for?
He should be ready to go.
He was supposed to be back last week, I heard. So I'm hoping this is what happens because right now Chad Gable is just getting beat down by Ziggler and McIntyre. I'm hoping, and this might be an unpopular opinion, I hope they bring Jordan back, team him back up with Gable, and have American Alpha versus Ziggler and McIntyre because I think that would be awesome.
Yes, because American Alpha were awesome in NXT.
And they brought them to the main roster, and I don't know. There's certain people that come to the main roster and it just doesn't work. And for some reason, American Alpha wasn't really working. They were the SmackDown Tag Team Champions. And it just, I don't know, it fell apart. They split up. Jordan went to Raw. Now Gable's on Raw. So I think that this is a good time to kind of put them back together because Jordan right now, they're trying to give him a singles push by being Kurt Angle's son. That's not working.
What happened to Shelton Benjamin?
Benjamin's still on SmackDown. He's a singles guy now. So.
Okay.
The reason a lot of these NXT guys don't do that well on the main roster is because Vince doesn't watch NXT.
Mm-hmm.
That's Triple H's baby. Vince don't care. Vince like, oh, you got to send me. I'm a barrier.
That's like I hope they don't mess up Andrade Cien Almas.
Or maybe it's because all these writers aren't marks. They wrote for soap operas for 5 years or more.
Yeah.
So they don't know anything about wrestling character development. So moving on.
The last thing we got today is put up a poll about Finn Balor. Got a lot of votes on that.
Oh man, yeah. This is our second most successful poll on the Facebook. So we asked, and we got a lot of flack for saying title run because I guess it wasn't much of a run. But anyway,
22 hours.
we put, does Finn Balor deserve another title run? 88% said yes. 12% said no.
How many voters did you have?
At this time, 916. Now,
the Amp Nation has spoken.
Let me read this. This is really good. From William Nichols. He says, Finn is a great talent, very athletic. It can be 5-star matches, but he's not money. Never draw like Cena, Rock, Lesnar, or the Shield members, etc. He's a step below the likes of Styles and Rollins. He can play around in the main event, but he can never be the main event guy. What do you guys think about that?
You're an idiot. That's what I think. Finn Balor is money, okay? Because
wait, is Finn Balor money?
Yes.
Or Demon Balor money?
That too. And that's the thing. That I think even just without the Demon, he's pretty damn good. But Demon Balor is money, and that's how you know it's money because Demon Balor shows up less than Brock Lesnar. I mean,
I will explain to who was it? Who made that comment?
Nicholas.
So was that way? What, one half of the former Raw Tag Team Champions with Braun Strowman?
Maybe
Nicholas.
So.
Nicholas. I respect your opinion. I disagree with it. Finn Balor is money, and I'll tell you why. Current Finn Balor, the Finn Balor that WWE has now, 100% not money. Heel Finn Balor is money. Heel Finn Balor, when he was Prince Devitt in New Japan, is one of the most over guys in the company. He is the founder of the biggest wrestling group ever, the Bullet Club. He is the founding father of Bullet Club. He is a heel. The face run that they're trying with him, it's working, but it's not next level working like Nicholas is talking about. Not Cena working, not Rock working. Finn's a better wrestler than Cena. He's a better wrestler than Rock. He has charisma. It's just not face charisma. It's not good guy charisma. It's bad guy charisma. Once he turns heel, you will see Finn Balor's money. Because people are going to pay to watch him either get his ass kicked or kick some ass.
Yeah. Do you think if he showed up as a face, every pay-per-view, he turned into the Demon, would that be money?
No. Because it's going to get overused. Mm-hmm. And it's going to be, oh, here comes the Demon again. You're going to get used to it.
Since he's been in the main roster, though, he's only done the Demon, 2, maybe 3 times?
And he won a world title with it.
He did. Universal.
And when he was in NXT, they did it perfect.
Uh-huh.
And even because they did it for every takeover, every 3 or 4 months. Yeah. And even that was almost to the point where it's a little excessive now. Uh-huh. You can't have it every month. You're going to get burnt out on it. It's like guys not changing their T-shirts. Like if Bullet Club would have a new T-shirt every week, or every month, you get tired of seeing the same old T-shirt.
I'm also a little surprised they didn't use Finn Balor, the Demon Balor, at WrestleMania. But then I guess because if he wasn't going to go over, why use it?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Demon Finn Balor's undefeated.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now, Brian Newcomb says yes, but in 205 Live. Patrick, wow, that was strong.
Delete your account.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. Finn Balor would put on great matches in 205 Live, but Finn Balor is so above 205 Live.
Oh my God,
Brian! If you could have saw Patrick's face, he would have slapped you.
I didn't want to slap him. I'm just like, what are you? You're an idiot.
I wonder if he goes to 205 Live, maybe he'll be money enough for Nicholas.
Maybe so.
No, Finn Balor on 205 Live would be horrible. 205, he wouldn't even bring 205 Live up. 205 Live would Balor down. No,
oh yeah,
Balor's above that. Sorry.
Let's put it this way: 205 Live would need Balor more than Balor ever needs 205 Live.
Exactly.
So we thank everybody for the votes in the comments. One more comment from Rod Barr. He says, "Nope, there's 205 Live wrestlers that bring more in ring and better on the mic."
I think that Balor's fine on the mic. I mean, he has the accent. Sometimes you can't understand him, but I think he's fine. Last Monday he came out and faced Braun Strowman and slapped him in the face. I think Balor is great on the mic. He's not tremendous. He ain't the Miz. He ain't what Enzo was on the mic. But as good of a wrestler as he is, he doesn't need to be great on the mic. He's good on the mic, and that's good enough for what he can do in the ring.
Okay, I want you to pull up the 205 Live roster right now and go through the names, and we'll go through them and just say the names, and then we'll see if they're better than Finn Balor or not. I guarantee you 100% of them people are not better than Finn Balor.
Are we talking in-ring or are we talking on the mic?
In-ring.
Oh, okay.
In-ring.
Let's see. Roster. Here we go. The personnel.
Because I'm gonna tell you now, Finn Balor's gonna be a better wrestler than anyone on 205 Live.
I want the Performance Center. Where is it?
I'm not making fans this podcast.
I know you have one cruiserweights.
Cedric Alexander is probably the best wrestler on 205 Live, and he's not gonna touch Balor. I mean, we had a damn good match, and I wouldn't pay money to see Balor versus Alexander.
Okay, here we go.
But
all right, so I'm gonna go over the names real quick.
Okay.
Akira Tozawa.
I love Tozawa. He's not as good as a wrestler as Balor.
Arya Daivari.
No.
Buddy Murphy.
Get off my face.
Cedric Alexander.
He's up there. He's not as good as Finn, but he's probably the one on 205 Live that would give Finn the most run for his money.
Drew Gulak.
No.
Jack Gallagher.
No.
Ran Metalik.
It's a different style, because of that luchador style, but technically no. Balor.
Hideo Itami.
Kenta? Yes. Hideo Itami, no. Itami sucks. Kenta was awesome.
Kalisto.
I love Kalisto, but no. He's,
In my
him and Balor would put on a damn good match,
Oh, yeah.
though. I'd love
You gotta
to see
remember,
that
Kalisto's
match.
a former United States champion. I
Yes.
think Kalisto, in my
Yes.
opinion, is the best wrestler on 205 Live.
Probably, yeah.
I missed that today. Okay, Lindsay Dorado.
No.
Mark Andrews.
I love Mandrews, but no.
Even I will disagree with this one. Mustafa Ali.
No.
Neville. Well, why is Neville on here?
What?
Oh, wait,
No,
hold
that
on.
don't
It
count.
says inactive.
That's
Oh.
just in.
Well, hypothetically,
Spoiler
Neville.
alert, Neville's back.
From the
Neville.
news desk.
It says inactive contract dispute. So.
Maybe Neville, but I think Balor's still better.
No.
Neville has the high flying on. Jeez, I don't know. That's a good one.
That would be a good one.
Neville's inactive, though, so don't count.
Two former NXT champions. Did the two fight in NXT?
I don't believe so.
I don't think they.
I
That
don't
would have
believe
been.
so.
That would have been awesome.
And that is another one I'd pay money to see.
Noam Dar.
No.
E. Brian Kendrick.
Oh God, no.
TJP.
No.
Tony
I like
Nese.
TJP, but no, Tony Nese. He's more no.
And that is your 205 Live.
The only one I'd say who's close to Balor is Neville.
I would say
I think Alexander's like 2 or 3 steps below.
this
Neville's
is what
like
I would
1.
rank as far as wrestlers on this show. I put Kalisto 1, Cedric 2, Mustafa 3, and then probably Buddy Murphy 4 right now. And I'd probably put maybe I'd put Tozawa at 5.
Tozawa's really good.
Tozawa's good. He wrestled the other night. He's great.
I've seen Tozawa on PWG.
He was a cruiserweight
And
champion for what,
he's
24 hours,
some of that.
6 days, something like that. He was
Oh.
very, very short reign.
I've seen him wrestle on PWG, so I know what he can do.
Mhm.
His full arsenal has not been shown on 205 Live.
Mhm.
Just put that out there.
Well, with that being said, I think we're done for the
I
day.
think so.
Yeah.
That's it.
We want to give a big shout out to WWE and WWE Superstar Elias for joining us today. That was a big surprise and much appreciated. Also, check us out online, AverageMarks.com. Whatever podcast platform you choose, we're most likely on it. Just search the Average Marks. If you're on iTunes, give us a rating and give us a comment. That's going to help us get in the algorithm and get suggested to other iTunes users. We really appreciate it. Check us out every week, streaming on YouTube. It's going to be a weekly thing now. So I'm thinking about upgrading my laptop as well. I don't know if you heard the other one. That one's about 13 years old.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's still kicking though. It's a Toshiba.
I was going to say, is it a Toyota? Really good.
Yeah. So, but I'm scoping out the Amazon, the Walmarts, to see if we got some other good ones out there. Oh, you catching Patrick dancing if you're watching on YouTube right now.
I'm trying to read the comments on Marcus. But
Yeah. Marcus said earlier that he Googled it for us back in 1991 through 1983. There was a WCW New Japan Super Show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
And then also he said that that would be a dream match, #Punk versus Bryan.
oh yes.
So
It would
what?
be.
Oh, they've had that wrestle before.
Oh, I know they have, but not. There's been under the WWE banner. Oh, they've wrestled independents before too.
Yeah,
I know they've wrestled
probably in a
before.
warehouse somewhere, but like way back in the day.
Ring of Honor. Ring of
Oh,
Honor.
they've wrestled?
Ring of
Okay,
Honor,
yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah, so we'll shout you out on YouTube as well as we'll, I've been typing with Marcus all show long. So if you want to watch us live, YouTube is a place to do it. Follow us on Twitter at The Average Marks. Brink, thanks for coming in today, bro.
Thank you. I have one thing before we leave. When are we doing the Money in the Bank preview show?
Probably, I would say that Friday the 15th,
Okay.
or is it the 15th? I think that Friday. 15th.
Okay.
I'm looking. Oh yeah, I see the calendar right there. Yeah, I'd say the 15th. What you think,
Mhm.
Ryan?
Yeah, sounds good to
Friday
me.
15th. Okay. I want Elijah in studio.
Uh-oh.
The longest reigning.
Well, it is summertime. He's out of school, so we can get him here, I'm
champion.
sure.
Yeah.
Has some issues.
No, he'll be
with
here.
Elijah.
He's defending his title.
Yeah, I'm still not happy about that. But he knows more about wrestling than his father. Just saying. But
Oh.
Dadgummit.
Shots fired. Shots
I
fired.
want Elijah next week. I want him in studio.
In 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
In 2 weeks.
All right, I think that's it. Let's go ahead and wrap this show up, Patrick.
Outro.
Because when I crossed Marcus on the floor at work the other day, he's like, "Bro, I'm supposed to be a teenager." He's like, "Dude, I don't want to talk about it, bro. I don't want to talk about it."
He's not even a teenager, Marcus. He's 11.
2 more years before he's a teenager.
All right, very cool. Oh, my butt.
I'm cutting a promo Elias on that podcast. 100%.
What the hell is this on here? Yeah, bug on my thing.
Oh, damn.
Pluck it. Not
Yeah.
this week.
No, kill it. We don't want it to make babies around here.
Yeah, dog sport sucks.
Should be dead.
It's got a great pic of my big old stomach. The Talbot said Team Brink.
Yes. Yes.
All
We need
right,
more people in the competition.
we're out of here.
Team
Combination.
Brink.